My child, I am going to remove you tonight, and you must be ready in advance. I am sending you this message before I finally do it, only to make you prepared mentally, because you might not like and understand what I am going to do tonight. I am not removing you to harm you. I am not doing this because I have abandoned you, nor because I have grown weary of you, nor because I have forgotten the promises I made over your life. I am doing this because I see far more than you can see. I know the depths of your heart, the thoughts that have not yet been formed on your tongue, and the paths that stretch before you, both those you would gladly take and those you would never dare to tread. And in that perfect knowledge, I know that there is a chapter that must close, a connection that must end, a hand you must release, not because it was meaningless, but because it was never meant to last beyond its appointed time. Do not mistake my movement for cruelty. My child, if you could see the scroll of your life as I see it, you would see that every person I have allowed to cross your path was sent for a reason. Some came as a shelter in your storm, some as the storm that drove you toward your shelter. Some came to heal wounds they did not even know you carried. Others came to reveal wounds you could no longer ignore. And there are those I sent as companions for only a season, because their steps were never meant to match yours forever. You often imagine relationships as roads that must merge and stay together until the journey ends. But I tell you, some roads run parallel only for a short distance before they must part, each leading toward a different horizon I have chosen for them. I know you will feel the ache of their absence. I know your heart will question why. I would allow you to love someone, to lean on them, to share your days and your thoughts only to take them away. But you must understand, my child, that I am not taking them to punish you. I am taking them because the work I intended through them in your life has been completed, and to keep them longer would hinder the new work I am preparing to do in you. Love is not always proven by holding on. Sometimes love is proven by letting go when I say the time has come. Even the purest connections can become chains if they stand between you and the path I have laid for you. Do you remember the prayers you prayed in the quiet when no one else heard you? You asked me for growth, for purpose, for transformation, for the courage to become all I have called you to be. You asked me to guide you, to shape you, to remove anything that would hold you back. This is my answer to those prayers. This is the fulfillment of your own request, though you may not recognize it in this form. You thought the pruning would feel gentle, like a gardener softly trimming a rose bush. But sometimes pruning feels like loss, because I cut away branches that once bloomed beautifully, but can no longer bear the fruit I intend for you. I see the fruit that has not yet grown, and I cut for the sake of what will be, not only for what has been. I am not only removing them from your life, I am also removing the parts of yourself that depended on them too heavily. You may not have realized it, but there are places within you where you have leaned on their presence instead of leaning fully on me. There are moments when you have sought their voice, before you sought mine, when you have found comfort in their approval more than in my truth. I do not tell you this to shame you, but to show you why the separation must come. For you to walk in the strength I have prepared, you must stand on ground that is wholly mine, not shared with anyone else as your foundation. Do not be angry with them. They are not your enemy. They are not to be blamed for the ending I have ordained. This is not a matter of fault, but of seasons. In my wisdom, I have chosen to move them into a different chapter, and I am moving you into yours. You may never fully understand the timing, and I do not require you to. I only ask for your trust, the trust that believes my hand is guiding you, even when it leads you away from what you thought you needed most. Tonight, when I remove them from your path, you may feel an emptiness that seems unbearable. That is natural because you have grown accustomed to their place in your days. But I will not leave you in that emptiness. I will fill it with myself if you let me. I will speak into the silence. I will stand in the gap where they once stood. And you will find that I am enough in ways you never imagined before. The absence you fear will become the space where my presence blooms more vividly than ever. I want you to remember something. The ending of one connection does not erase the value it held. The good moments were real. The kindness, the laughter, the comfort, they were all gifts, and you are allowed to cherish them without clinging to them. Gratitude does not require possession. You can thank me for what they brought into your life, even as you release them into the care of my plan for them. Bless them as they go, for the same hand that is guiding you is guiding them as well. Do not try to hold on through force or persuasion. If I am closing the door, no amount of effort will keep it open without harming you both. I close doors not to trap you, but to protect you from entering rooms that no longer hold your blessing. Trust the finality of my decision, even when it stings. Every time you resist my movement, you prolong your pain. Every time you surrender to it, you open the way for peace to find you. I know you will think of them often in the days to come. You will wonder what they are doing, whether they miss you, whether life feels strange for them too. And it is all right to think of them. But do not dwell in the space of what could have been. That space is a mirage. It will keep you wandering in circles when I have already prepared a straight path ahead. You may never know all the reasons why this separation had to happen now, but you will see the fruit of it in time. One day you will look back and understand that I was not taking something from you. I was making room for something you could not have received while holding on. Do not confuse their departure with abandonment by me. I am not leaving you, my child. I am as close now as I have ever been. When you cry over what you have lost, I will be the one who catches your tears. When you feel the urge to reach for them, and remember they are no longer there, I will be the one you can reach for instead, and I promise you, my arms will never close against you. My heart will never grow distant. My love will never fade with the passing of seasons. There will be moments when the enemy will whisper to you that this loss is proof you are unworthy of lasting love, that you are destined to be left, that you are hard to stay with. Silence those lies with my truth. This ending is not a verdict on your worth. You are my beloved, chosen before the foundation of the world, crafted with intention, and you are not being removed because you are lacking. You are being removed from this connection because I am aligning you with something better suited to your future, something you would never reach if I allowed you to remain here. Do not think of this as a punishment, but as a preparation. Just as a traveler must leave one city to reach another, you must leave this season to enter the next. You cannot inhabit both spaces at once. And though the road may seem lonely at first, I walk every step beside you. I go before you to prepare the way, and I follow behind you to protect you from what lingers in the past. You are never alone, even when you feel the weight of solitude pressing in. You will be tempted to ask them to stay, to explain themselves, to make sense of the change. But understand, my child, that not all departures will come with explanations you can hold in your hands. Some will remain mysteries, and in those, I invite you to rest in my sovereignty. The closure you need is not in their words. It is in my will, and my will is always rooted in love, even when it feels like loss. When I remove them tonight, I will also remove certain patterns of thought, certain habits of heart, certain attachments that no longer serve your growth. It will not happen all at once, but piece by piece, I will free you from the dependence you did not realize you had, and in that freedom, you will learn to stand taller, to breathe deeper, to see yourself through my eyes, rather than through the lens of someone else's presence. You may not believe this now, but joy will return. You will laugh again without the shadow of their absence. You will find new companionship, new understanding, new support that aligns with where I am taking you. But first, you must pass through the space between the place where the old has ended and the new has not yet begun. It is there in that in between that I will draw you closer to me than ever before. If you lean into me in that space, you will find that I am more than enough to sustain you. I know you would rather I let things fade slowly, giving you time to adjust, but my ways are not your ways. Sometimes a swift cut heals faster than a slow unraveling. Sometimes mercy looks like decisiveness. Tonight will be one of those times. It may feel sudden, but I have been preparing your heart in ways you have not even noticed. Every nudge you have felt, every unease that has stirred in you, every small sign you brushed aside, they were my gentle warnings that change was near. So when it happens, do not fight it. Do not run after them. Do not try to stitch together what I have allowed to come apart. Let them go with grace. Release them into my hands, for they are mine. Bless them in your heart, and then turn your eyes forward, because I have work to do in you that requires your full attention. And as you lay down tonight, let your last thought not be of loss, but of trust. Trust that I know what I am doing. Trust that I hold the pen that writes your story, and I never write a chapter without purpose. Trust that I am for you, not against you, and that nothing I take away is without the intention of giving something greater in its place. You are safe in my will, my child. Even in the moments you do not understand it, you are safe, child. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you, is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. There are some relationships in your life that are keeping you alive and giving you a hope and reason to survive in this cruel world. But there are some relationships in your life too that are not at all beneficial to you in the long run. They are your comfort for a moment, but not your strength for the journey. They may seem harmless now, even pleasant in their season, but their roots are not drawing from the water I have prepared for you. They offer shade, but it is the kind that blocks the sunlight I intend to shine upon you. They speak to you, but their words do not carry the fragrance of my truth. They are ties that you do not see tightening, bonds that seem soft, but will grow heavier with time. And I will not allow you to be bound in a way that keeps you from reaching the place I have destined you for. I know that when I speak of removing people, your heart trembles. You think of the loneliness that follows, of the silence that fills the space where their voice once was. You wonder why I would take away the hands that have held you, even if imperfectly. But my child, I have not called you to be sustained by every hand that reaches for you. Not all who walk beside you are meant to go the full distance. Some are with you only until their part of your story is complete, and to keep them past that time would be to write a chapter that was never meant to exist. You see their presence as a sign of safety, but I see the destination, and I know that not every companion will lead you toward it. Some of the relationships you call dear are like lanterns in the night. They give a glow that comforts you when the road feels dark. When the wind of change comes, their flame will flicker, and no matter how tightly you cup your hands around it, it will go out. And I do not want you to be left in the dark, clutching an empty lantern, when I am offering you the sun. Others are like anchors. At first you welcome the stability they gave you, for you fear drifting aimlessly. But now the current of my will is moving, and the anchor that once kept you safe will only keep you stuck. You cannot both remain anchored and follow me into the waters I am leading you through. You must choose. whether you will cling to the familiar weight or lift it, and trust that I will guide you without letting you be lost. You hold on to some people because they have been part of your life for so long that you cannot imagine your days without them. Habit has replaced purpose. Familiarity has replaced fruitfulness. You fear that without them the days will feel empty. But I tell you, it is not their presence that truly fills you. It is mine. When you lean on them to keep you standing, you do not realize that you are leaning away from me. And I am jealous for your heart. I want to be your first reliance, your first love, your first counsel. I will bless you with relationships that bring life, but I will not allow any of them to take my place in sustaining you. They may not intend to harm you, but their counsel will keep you small. They will tell you to stay where it feels safe, to choose what is familiar, to avoid the risks I am calling you to take. Their love is limited to their own understanding. But my love is without limit. I see what lies beyond the hill you are afraid to climb, and I will not let voices that cannot see it keep you from it. Some relationships feed the part of you that I am asking you to let die. They comfort your weaknesses instead of calling you into strength. They nurture wounds instead of helping you heal them. They remind you of who you were in ways that keep you from becoming who you are meant to be. If you stay bound to them, you will find yourself repeating the same seasons, circling the same mountains, wondering why nothing changes. It is not because I have withheld my blessing, but because you have chosen company that will not walk with you into transformation. I know you value loyalty. I placed that in you. I love that you are not quick to discard people, that you do not run at the first sign of imperfection. But loyalty, my child, must be guided by my spirit. Without my wisdom, loyalty can keep you tied to places and people I am asking you to leave. You are not betraying someone by obeying my voice. Obedience to me is never betrayal. It is the highest form of love, for it trusts that my will is best for all involved. For it trusts that my will is best for all involved, even when it feels like loss. There are also relationships that once were pure in their purpose, but have shifted over time. What was once mutual has become one-sided. What was once uplifting has become draining. You have felt it, the quiet exhaustion after each conversation, the way your spirit feels heavier, though you cannot explain why. This is my way of showing you that the season has changed. It is not always sin that ends a relationship. Sometimes it is simply my redirection. Do not cling to what I am moving away from. You must understand that I will never take without giving. When I remove relationships that are not beneficial, I am making space for those that are. I will send you people who will strengthen your faith, not weaken it. I will bring into your life voices that will remind you of my promises, not drown them in doubt. I will give you companions who will walk with you into the unknown with courage, not pull you back into what is comfortable, but stagnant. These will be relationships where my presence is welcome and my name is honored. You will not have to hide your devotion to me to keep their company. There will be pain in the parting. I do not deny this. I formed your heart to feel deeply, and I will not ask you to pretend that endings do not hurt, but I will be with you in the ache. I will hold you through the nights when you want to reach for them, but no, you cannot. I will strengthen you in the moments when you feel the urge to reopen what I have closed. My grace will not only sustain you, it will transform the wound into wisdom, the loss into preparation. Do not rush to replace what I remove. The absence has a purpose. It is in that space that I will speak to you in ways you have not heard before. It is in that space that you will see me more clearly, because the noise of mismatched voices will be gone. Let the silence teach you. Let it become the soil where new trust in me grows. Some of the ones I will remove will not understand why you are stepping away. They may think you have grown cold or careless. You may not have the words to explain that it is I who am calling you out. That is all right. You are not responsible for making them understand my work in your life. You are responsible only for obeying it, and I will deal with their hearts just as I deal with yours. Trust me to be their God too. I want you to see relationships the way I see them, as divine assignments, not just emotional attachments. Each person I bring into your life is part of a larger tapestry. Some threads run long, others short. Some are bright, others muted. But everyone has a place, and no thread remains beyond the pattern I am weaving. If I pull a thread out, it is not to ruin the design, but to keep it from marring the beauty of what is yet to come. You will learn in time that not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Even my son walked with disciples, and one betrayed him, another denied him, and many left when his words became too hard to bear, yet he loved them all. You too can love without clinging, bless without binding, release without resentment. This is the freedom I am leading you into. There will be those who were good to you in their season, and you will miss them. But missing someone is not the same as needing them. You can carry gratitude for what they gave you without carrying the weight of keeping them. When I have said it is time to let go, if you hold too tightly to what I am removing, you will not have the hands free to receive what I am giving next. You have prayed for me to make you whole, to give you purpose, to lead you into the fullness of my plan. I am answering that prayer by reshaping the circle around you. I will not allow voices that pull you off course to remain close. I will not let relationships that diminish your faith take root in the soil of your heart. I will prune away what will not bear good fruit, not to leave you barren, but to prepare you for a greater harvest. Do not fear the pruning. The vine that is cut back in one season will bear more in the next. So it will be with you. And when you see the fruit of my work, you will thank me for every hand I asked you to release, for every bond I asked you to untee. You will see that nothing I removed was meant to stay, and everything I gave in its place was worth the waiting. So tonight, when I speak to you about someone you must let go, do not harden your heart. Listen for my voice, trust my hand, and remember, my child, I remove only what would keep you from becoming all I have created you to be. I will not withhold what is good for you. I will give you more than you can imagine when you choose to trust me over your fears. Thanks for watching God's Words. Subscribe for daily divine message. Click on the notification button so you don't miss out daily God message.